Okay, so we're going to learn how to do the wrapped handle for the blue streak basket. And I've got two hoops. I've got my number 8 that goes on the outsides here, but before I do that, I need to have a piece of wet reed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a spot for those two pieces of number 8 to go in. So I leave a tail on top, and I'm going to go around about, and if it's busting like that when you first do a wrap and it's wet, it's probably not a good piece to read, but I'll try the other end. It feels a little better. Okay. I'm going to go around about 4 or 5 times. You don't need to go real tight on this, and the reason for that is because those two pieces of number 8 are going to go in there. So wrapped, but not super tight. One, two, three, 4. So let's see what I can do now. Do I have a clip to hold that? So then I'm going to take my number 8 that's going to go on the sides here, and I want this scarfed. So this is about halfway around the basket. I don't like those. See how that's kind of shredded out, for lack of a better term. We're going to clean that up a little bit. I want it a little tighter than that. So what I'm going to do, I might have to loosen this up a little bit, is I'm going to put that down in here. Okay. And I want that right on the side. So I can just put that clip on there to hold it while I do the other side. So when you're making your scarves, you always want them to the inside so that it lays up against the existing material, I guess. So you want the cut edge next to the rim. Okay, so we're going to do this for a couple rows here to hold it. So what we're doing right now is we're just doing the warp on the handle. And remember, these you want them to stay on the side, not in front, not in back, right on the sides. Okay, in retrospect, I probably would have done less than that. Okay, so I'm going to go across the rim, in between the number 8 and the handle, around it, the number 8, in between again, pull it tight, go underneath rim, in between number 8 and handle, around that number 8 and back. And that is how you do your warp. Okay, in the back of it, around the number 8. And remember, all we're doing at this point is just creating the warp so that you can weave on top of it once it's done. So I'm going to take this all the way across. And see how I hold that in and then pull it? And then I don't have the antenna effect. It's getting there tight. So you like put it where you want it, pull it tight, and then make the wrap. And I'm always holding it with my knees. I do that a lot in rib constructed basketry. So what I want to show you is what happens if, like in this case, that's kind of, we're getting down to the rotten end of the reed, I think. So that one I'm just going to trim off, and I'm going to weave this out because you don't always have one piece that will finish the whole wrapping on the rim. So bear with me a minute as I weave this out. And this guy, you could probably trim him off. You don't have to have that underneath there. It's important that he's here. And like I said, in retrospect, I wouldn't do that many wraps. I'd only do about 3 and then add these guys. Okay, so let's say I run out and I don't have, like, I don't have enough, right? So what I do is this. I want the add-on for that other piece of reed to be underneath so you don't see it. And I'm actually going to put that underneath that existing piece of weaver, and then just tuck this in like that. Okay, so what I've done is I'm going to tuck that underneath that existing piece. So I've doubled it under the rim so you don't see it. And then I'll continue with this new piece and I'll cut that old piece off. So this is the old piece, the short piece. I'm going to cut that off, and then I'll just keep going with that new piece. And you can't see it. Okay? So, and you keep going until it's all the way done. You want to do half of your rim. And once again, I'm going to tell you that that's too many wraps. You should only have about 4. So do 2 and then stick these guys in. And this is going to continue over. You'll scarf these and do that same thing here. The only difference is you laid the tail on top and then wrapped, and you'll do the wraps and then loosen it up a little bit, stick that tail underneath, pull it tight, and then cut it. And then you have your warp.